please visit us at whichmba.net.
Right now, the social medias play a very important role, especially for those communication.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but in China, we probably will be using Weibo, WeChat, but overseas, people are using Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like this. So what do you think the social media impact versus those traditional marketing mix channels?
So to me, right, this is just the evolution of some of those more traditional forms. And so when you talk about, newspaper or radio or television even, these are classic, I would argue, classic tactical tools that a marketer or a business could use to communicate. And those are still important for some segments of the population. They won't disappear in a day, but the influence and the amount of money spent on those by organizations is shifting. And it's shifting to, and you've named a number of the brands, both here in China and around the world, the social media. And as a business, you have to be aware of this shift, because some segments, specifically if you're working, let's say, with a younger generation, you have to go where they are. And they're on those mediums much more than they are on a newspaper platform, let's say. What's interesting about these new mediums is they offer different opportunities, right? The speed in terms of the transmission of the message is much faster. The ability to be viral, to have consumers actually do part of the work for you is completely different than it was, let's say, 10, 20 years ago. The ability for the consumers to define the brand themselves is completely new. It used to be, and if you think of this television program Mad Men, right, in the 1950s and 60s, they would just tell you what to think. But now the consumers are empowered. They'll tell you what they think. And so the brand is not controlled like it used to be by a company. If you're a Nike or a Lenovo, consumer brands, you do have some control over your message. But consumers are going to talk about you in social media. They're going to take pictures and post it on Instagram. And they're going to define your brand. And so these new elements in the mix, as you described it, are different, but they're very powerful. And a corporation or a business that ignores them is going to find themselves in a bit of trouble.
Okay, so actually nowadays, those companies you mentioned, they're trying to do more innovation from early on, like a B2C part. I produce, sell to you, and now they probably will be taking the vice versa way, C to B. So you design what you want, then I tailor-made for you.
Absolutely.
Like this kind of way.